It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Dolphins and the Chargers coming up next.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the L.A. Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations. Chargers offense ready to go here in the Sunday night opener to this new season. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their rookie wide receiver.
And it's going to be interesting, Charles. You know, they used a very high draft pick to get another weapon in their passing game. How does he fit into their scheme?
Well, I think he fits well, but over time, because I think the transition for a receiver from college to the NFL, it's a lot more difficult than what people think. Normally in college, you're not running the full NFL route tree. You're not having to read coverages on the run. Now, all those things come into play, plus the physicality is really increased too. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. Touchdown, Chargers! A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Fancy footwork at midfield. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 40 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 7. Herbert now. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
59. Set.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On 1st and 10, Herbert.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Well, such a great Week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these two QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, and Justin Herbert followed him at number 6.
And let's add on to it because Joe Burrow went number 1 overall. He's led Cincinnati to 1 Super Bowl appearance. Jordan Love, also a first-rounder, getting his opportunity in 2023. And Jalen Hurts was a second-rounder with Philadelphia, and he's made it to the Super Bowl. So all in all, quite a class.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend.
As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. Let's stay in the AFC West and check out what's going on with the Chiefs at home in Arrowhead. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Patrick Mahomes with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. A touchdown run there for Leonard Fournette. The Chargers were led in the first half by their star quarterback, Justin Herbert. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead.
The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Once more, here's Eckler. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out. And
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Touchdown, Allen! Austin Eckler, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to...
The Chargers ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Chargers extend their lead yet again. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
The LA offense ready for this next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Up the middle with Eckler. Oh, nice move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 149 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Running on 1st down, Eckler. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Pass over the middle, tipped, but he still brings it in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Eckler now between the tackles. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Los Angeles.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
A big pickup of 38. On first down, it's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
186 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for LA, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.